Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh my goodness, the hair. I'm those. Oh, what is that? Oh my goodness. I'm trying. Welcome to Let's Talk. My name is Dietrich. And today we're gonna talk about the dangers of plastic surgery. If you heard about plastic surgery, you're probably familiar with what I'm gonna talk about. So let's just get into it. Plastic surgery. A lot of you know what plastic surgery is, and you're probably seeing a lot of influencers or people close to you or somebody that you know that had some sort of cosmetic procedure. Plastic surgery is everywhere, from celebrity transformation to Instagram influencer to even family, because I do know a couple people who have had some cosmetic procedure done. The pressure to perfect a look is stronger than ever, or to be perfect or to look perfect. But what happens when the cost of beauty is just more than financial? Today we're breaking down the real dangers of plastic surgery, the risks that I always talk to you about. Also, excuse the nose, I am cooking and there's a lot going on in the background, so sorry about that. First, let's talk about physical health. Yes, that is important. Any surgery, even cosmetics or non-cosmetic, comes with a lot of risks. A lot of risks such as like infections, scarring, blood clot, or complication from anesthesia, or even just the cosmetic, or even the procedure just itself. Some people develop necrosis where tissues die due to poor blood flow. Others suffer nerves damage, leaving the area numb or permanently in pain. And yes, there are butt surgery, and butt surgeries are very real. Reports estimate that surgical error caused by negligence occur more than 4,000 times per year in the US. This means that every year approximately 4,000 patients discover that something went wrong during the surgical procedure. And this study has been done according to Johns Hopkins Medicine. These are considered preventable errors and fall under the category of near events, meaning they should have never happened.
If you ever think you need Botox, you don't. You really, really don't, especially if you don't have a game plan and you just ask the person injecting you for their recommendations and you think it's normal to get Botox like it's getting a new pair of nails because everyone in LA has Botox and every influencer and every celebrity you see has Botox. You don't need it! You don't need it! You don't need it because one of my eyes is smaller than the other eye. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is I can only smile from this side of my face. This side doesn't move. I actually can't feel my face at all on this side when I drink out of a straw. That's why
Another thing that we also have to realize is there's a lot of people these days, they travel abroad to get plastic surgery. Many because of the price. They will go to Mexico, Brazil, Turkey. They travel so many places where they could find affordable and cheaper procedure, often called medical tourism. But many don't realize that the lack of regulation in those countries or in some of those countries can lead to dangerous outcome and no legal protection. Therefore, I really advise you, if you're going to go outside the US, even if you're gonna go outside the state, because you guys probably heard about like butt surgery that happens in Florida. No shade in Floridians or no shade in Florida, love the state. But there's been a lot of like sketchy procedures going on. That's gonna be another topic for another day. But just want to let you guys know, if you guys are going outside for any like cosmetic procedure, do your research, do your due diligence, and know what are the regulations in that country so it can protect you and also so you can have a better and safe procedure. Just want to let you guys know. And another thing is with plastic surgery, it can also have a big emotional impact. For some, it improves the self-esteem. I've seen people on Reddit talk about how certain procedures that have improved their confidence. I'm team natural. I'm always going to be team natural. Team natural, I believe God created us fearfully and wonderfully made. I've seen how it has helped them improve the self-esteem. But for others, it can trigger body dysmorphia. Dysmorphia. Thank you. Oh my goodness. but a condition where you obsess over the flaws that aren't noticeable to others. I don't know if you've seen some others. There's been a couple influencers out there that have changed their body entirely to the point where it looks extreme. They don't even look recognizable. Just want to let you guys know, just want to let y'all know that surgery won't fix this issue. As a Christian, I would even say talk to God about it, because you know He's the one that created us, and He made us perfectly and fearfully and wonderfully made, and we have so many things that are thrown at us that change our mindset and how we view ourselves, and it leads us to a mental and emotional race because we think we're ugly, but we're not. You know, the way that we view ourselves and we compare ourselves to others leads to a lot of low self-esteem and a lot of negative attitude and perceptions of ourselves. So if you have anything going on, if you have any body dysmorphia, I highly recommend you go see a professional, get help, and even pray about it. Because I'm telling you, I learned to love myself by talking to God. And let me also tell you, surgery won't fix deep-rooted self-image issue. It will not. It will not. You can't fix what's internally going on by fixing the external. You got to work on yourself first. You got to fix what's internally first. And when results don't match the expectation, which I've also seen in a lot of Reddit, there's a Reddit plastic surgery. I've seen a lot of regrets. The result didn't come as what they expected, or as what they looked on the picture that they brought to the doctor, or it just doesn't meet the expectation. I'm seeing a lot of people regretting their choices, thinking maybe they must have done something wrong. It can lead to depression, anxiety, and even addiction to more procedures. Now, let's not forget about the financial risks. Cosmetic procedures are rarely covered by insurance, as you may know. They cost like thousands of dollars. Like, I don't even know, how much does a BBL cost? Like tens of dollars. And then, you know, like, let's even talk about that. Like, the new plastic surgery that Kris Jenner just did, allegedly, you know, the facelift, allegedly, that probably costs around like $100K or more. And for many insurance companies, they won't cover procedures like that. They won't even cover a lot of many cosmetic procedures. So it is expensive financially. It is. It costs a lot. Down payment house a lot. That's what I say. And complications can lead to extra surgeries, medical and hospital bill. Imagine like you went and paid money, you know, to have a certain procedure done for cosmetic, and then it doesn't turn out the way you want it. And then you have to go back again to get it. That's like a lot of money. I've seen people spending tens of thousands of dollars, people even getting loans or credit to just do procedures. One operation can quickly turn into a lifelong expense. The social pressure trap. Social media filters, influencer culture, celebrity transformation have normalized surgery even for teenagers. I have seen videos on TikTok of teenagers talking about how they hate their bodies, how they don't like the way they look, and how they wish they look like a certain celebrity. Heck, let me even get personal here. When I was young, there were certain celebrities that I used to look up to. You know, I used to look up to, I will even name her, Kim Kardashian. I used to look up to her, like, you know, in terms of makeup and also her look. And other black celebrities too, as well, allegedly. I used to look up to them. I wanted to look like them physically. I used to think like my nose was ugly. It needed to be slimmer. I used to think my lips, and that was before like, you know, the BBL lip filler, before Kylie came with her lip kit got big. But before then, I used to look up at these women and other celebrities as well, and thinking that, oh, I look ugly. Like, I need to, you know, maybe like do some lip reduction. Like, what? Baby, these lips are good. No lip reduction needed. Okay, anywho, I used to think I needed that. Is there even a procedure of lip reduction? Is there? I want to know, but I'm not gonna do it anyway. That's not for me. I used to also think like my nose was too big. You know, I used to think like my body was like too curvy. Like maybe it should have been thin and stuff. My hair. There were a lot of things that I used to hate about myself, but I thank God that He brought me to the truth. He helped me realize that all of these features that I have, they're not ugly. They're not unadmirable. They're not, like terrible. They're beautiful and they fit me and they look good on me. The boobies look good on me. The buttocks look good on me. The nose fit my facial structure. The lips looks amazing. And it took me years to get out of that. But when I was a teenager, I used to not like the way that I used to look. Like I used to want it to have like a different look, different appearance. And I would even compare it to my other friends in high school, wanting to look like them. Because they were kind of matching what I would see on social media, on the magazine, and even on TV. So, yeah. But altering your body to match online trend is risky because these trends, they come and go. They change. They're not here forever. You've probably seen decades videos expressing how every decade there's a different type of beauty standard. So to try to fit a narrative that is not concrete, that is abstract, that always change, that is spontaneous, that never, is stagnant, that is always changing one another, and I would even say recycling, because I've seen, I noticed about this trend is it's kind of like, it's like, especially about it, it's like they've used some of the trends that was like decades ago and kind of brought it in the modern time and just twisted it a little bit. Like for example, like the Marilyn Monroe time, like during the 1950s. Were they 1950s? I think it was the curvy, and then like in the 2010, like it wasn't like curvy like her, but it was still curvy, but with big boobs and BBL, like thick curvy. It's like what I'm just saying. It's like trends that was like decades, years, centuries ago. They're just like being recycled, and at the same time, just being added with like a little bit of twist on it. So it should be like, it's a new thing also. No, boo-boo. Read your history. But remember, trend fades. The effect of surgery are permanent. Most of these procedures are permanent and they're irreversible. And some of them, when you even try to change them, it even worsen your face. There's so many reasons why people get plastic surgery. For some, it is the life changes positively or negatively. But it is not a decision to take lightly. If you're considering doing plastic surgery, I would highly recommend. And as a Christian, I'm always going to say to pray to God. Ask for His wisdom, ask for His advice. I'm always going to be team natural because I believe that God created us, each and every one of us, fearfully and wonderfully made. And the look that we have, not only does it come from a family, genetics based, come from our ancestors, and it comes from many people before us. Especially if you're a Christian, it's your temple. It's a temple of God. So always talk to a certified professional. Consider therapy if that's needed, if you're dealing with body dysmorphia, or if you're dealing with some stuff. And always ask yourself why. Like I say, always ask yourself why. But God makes no mistake, and God, when He created us, He made us out of love, because you're perfectly wonderfully made. But another thing I would say, real confidence does not come from a scalpel, it comes from within. So learn to love yourself. Learn to accept yourself the way it is. I know it can be hard. Talk to God. Pray to God if you need to. Go to a therapist. Seek a medical professional. And by the way, also, this video, it's based on my own research and also some of my opinions. I'm not a medical professional. If you want more topic like this and about health insight, subscribe for more truth packed videos. Hit the bell so you never miss a fact that could change your life. and share this with anyone who you think might benefit to this video. I'll see you next time. You're beautiful. You're fearfully, wonderfully made. God made you perfectly. Remember that. Bye.